For this silver bullet Baetis, I'm going to use just a standard jig hook. This is a Firehole Sticks 5/16 in size 16. A 2.8 millimeter slotted tungsten bead. This is by Saluda Beads. And some 10/0 thread here by Veevus. This is in olive. Now you could go with light olive, normal olive, or dark olive, depending on what color the Baetis are in your area. Now we can get this hook and bead in our Wolf Indiana Atlas vise, and we'll get that thread started right behind the bead. We're just going to take that thread back to the bend of the hook. For our CDL tail, I really like these tailing packs from Whiting Farms. There are so many CDL feathers in these packs that I don't know if I'll ever run out of tails. Now that we got those tail fibers picked out, we can get these CDL fibers to be about a hook shank in length. So you can get those tied in with just a nice little pinch wrap. I like to have a couple loose wraps of thread around those, and then I can kind of pull those to the length I want. If they were a little bit long, getting tied in. That's where I like to tie them in. If I'm gonna err, I want them a little bit long at first, because it's easier to pull them a little shorter than if they were short, to just kind of go through the whole thing over again. Now our wire rib on this is just gonna be some Brassie wire in Sculpin olive. So I like to kind of put that tip section in the back of that bead, kind of in that slot, and then just touching turns all the way back to my tail. Now that we're back here, we can start covering everything up really well and forming our thread body. So some counterclockwise turns. We want to get that thread nice and flat for all of these wraps that we're going to be doing now. So I'll just kind of go 3/4 of the way down, back up, and about halfway down and back up, and 1/4 and back up. Now we should have a fairly decent taper going. I'll just make sure that our thread is nice and flat, and we're going to do one more pass all the way down and then all the way back up, and that should give us a nice thin, slightly tapered body. We can now rib with this wire. Actually, this wire is getting a little short. I'm just going to use the rotary feature. That's one thing that can be really helpful with this Atlas vise. That rotary feature really can help bring materials up to the front of the hook. Now we're just going to coat this body with some UV resin. This right here is Solarez Bone Dry. So it's just going to give some extra durability. So make sure that that wire rib doesn't move around on you. And this fly will last you a long time. Hit it quick with that UV light. Now we got that all set up with the UV light. I like to do a couple thread wraps. We're going to come in here with this Fulling Mill Tactical Microflash stub. This is an eye stub, but it's really short fibers. So I find that when you're tying smaller flies, 16 and under. This stuff works really good because it dubs on really tightly. Helps you not get too much on there, and keeps your thorax nice and small. Now we can just wrap a small thorax. All right, definitely had a little bit more than needed. We'll try to maybe send that out even more. There we go. We can go right into a wet finish. I like to do a 3-turn with a 2-turn, 2 or 3 turn right on it. You could put some super glue on those threads if you want. Come in here, trim that off close. And maybe trim some of these fibers that are going all over the place. And that is Lance Egan's Silver Bullet Baetis. This is a great Baetis pattern that's going to put a lot of fish in the net. Thanks for watching.